Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise was originally referred to as the Final Fantasy Soulslike. And I'm not the biggest fan of games being called Souls-likes just because they have a dodge roll, but I hate to break it to you, that is exactly what happened with this game. Other than that feature, I really don't see the similarity between this game and Dark Souls. And don't get me wrong, Stranger of Paradise is not an easy video game, but none of these difficulties are the difficulties that you find in Souls-like games. So we'll get into that, and we're going to talk about whether or not Stranger of Paradise is worth your time for the kind of player that you are, whether you like Dark Souls or not. And the first thing you'll notice about Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise is that its title is way too long. But besides that, you're going to notice that this game has a ton of jobs for you to choose from. The Final Fantasy series as a whole features a ton of power fantasies that give you the ability to be a fighting monk, a knight, a paladin, a mage. All of these things are Final Fantasy. So these characters have these abilities. Of course, there's good stories, but who doesn't love awesome spells and cool attacks and giant swords, right? And so in Stranger of Paradise, rather than finding a bunch of characters to fill your party with, you play as one person who can do all of these jobs. And what I like about this is that you're encouraged to try all of the jobs. There's no downside to trying a job, and it's fun to level them up and unlock new abilities. And on top of that, you have to equip 2 active jobs at a time so you can switch between them. Because while there are many jobs, you only have access to the active 2 at any given moment. So Stranger of Paradise gives you all of this variety without making you lock your character in, which is another way this game is different from Dark Souls. You can't usually respec or change your stats that easily in those games, but in Stranger of Paradise, there's none of that. You can just choose what classes you want, level them up to max, and try the next one. And another cool aspect of the job system in Stranger of Paradise is that there are certain advanced jobs that require you to max out 2 other jobs that might not even have anything to do with this one. So for example, at the bottom of the pugilist tree, there's the advanced job called monk. But to unlock this node, to unlock the monk job, you have to master the lancer class as well as the pugilist class. And right away, I'm given a reason to use the lancer class. I was enjoying the pugilist and I really wanted to move forward with it. And I had no reason to go try lancer because I liked that job. But since the game has really smart advancement systems, it gave me a reason to go try something I otherwise might not have. And I didn't feel forced to play as the lancer, but I knew that if I didn't master it, I would never get to try the monk tree. And you'll find a lot of this throughout the game's progression. It has a good way of making you try all the things and enjoy all the jobs. And it does this without locking you out of other progression paths that you might enjoy, and I appreciate the flexibility. So with all these jobs on the table, is Stranger of Paradise fun to play? And the short answer to that question is yes. If you're playing this game for the combat and for the fun fighting scenarios, and you're gonna have a good time with Stranger of Paradise. But the problem with saying that this game is a fun action game is that it's a Final Fantasy game, and fans of the Final Fantasy series enjoy a good story. And even at their cheesiest, Final Fantasy games often feature memorable stories, even if they're a little weird at times.
Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
And in the case of Stranger of Paradise, this game takes itself so not seriously that it's a little jarring at times. When Stranger of Paradise's demo first came out, everybody was going on Twitter and just yelling chaos in all caps.
My mission is to kill chaos. That's all I know.
And I thought this was a joke. I thought they were just taking one scene and blowing it up, but no.
When are we gonna fight chaos?
The main character in this game, Jack, is obsessed with chaos. And he only knows that he must kill chaos, and that's all his friends know, that's all his teammates know. We have to kill chaos, and they tell the king we have to go do this thing. Off they go on their adventure to kill chaos. And here and there, Jack will be told that chaos doesn't exist, and you don't want to tell Jack that. He gets very upset.
Chaos? It's just a fairy tale.
Bullshit.
This game's writing is off the wall, and for that reason I kind of love it. You know, I'm not playing this game for the writing of the story, I'm playing this game because it's fun to punch enemies and turn them into crystals. So with all that being said, once you learn this game's mechanics, it's very, very satisfying. And while the finishing move is satisfying and awesome to watch, it's not the reason the combat in Stranger of Paradise is good. Every job follows the same combo scheme, but you can customize what moves go in each combo slot. So with this customization, you're really owning how you play the class. Granted, these are all predetermined combos. And once you understand things like parrying and soul shield in this game, then you're really off to the races and you're gonna kick a lot of butt. So Stranger of Paradise does a great job of rewarding you for learning its combat, and it rewards you for learning its mechanics. And I know I said I wasn't gonna make the whole video about why Stranger of Paradise isn't a Souls-like, but it's worth noting that there is a difficulty selection in this game. And I'm not talking about like an Elden Ring where you can choose certain classes to have an easier or more difficult time. I'm talking about a choose your difficulty, which can be changed at any time. So if you are just playing this game to have fun and not have much of a challenge, you can do that. But if you want a challenge, if you've beaten this game and you want to play it again on a harder difficulty, that's there too. It feels more like a Devil May Cry game where you're rewarded for mastering combos and understanding your moveset. Overall, I really don't like comparing games to games, but when you have people who enjoy a type of game, they are usually looking for a game that's like that game to enjoy after the first one. Which is why I stand here to tell you that if you're not into Dark Souls games, but you want to try Stranger of Paradise, that's okay. They're not at all alike. And there's a lot of checkpoints in Stranger of Paradise. The character progression doesn't get taken away from you when you die. This game is way more welcoming than a Souls-like. I hope this video helped you understand whether or not you're gonna play Stranger of Paradise. That's all I'm trying to do here, because at first I was expecting something and I got something else, and I enjoyed that second thing way more. So if you wind up playing this game, let me know in the comments. If you've played this game, let me know in the comments. I wanna chat about it. And if you think that Stranger of Paradise is a Souls-like, let me know in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. That is why YouTube comments exist. If you're new here and you like videos about video games, then do yourself a favor and subscribe, because that is what we talk about here on my channel. And that's about all I've got to say about Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.